Thinking beyond your current limitations and aiming for bigger goals is the foundation of any great achievement. Most people tend to settle for what they know, what feels safe, or what they believe is possible based on their current circumstances. They base their goals on what they can see, on what feels comfortable or within reach. But if you want to achieve greatness, you have to challenge those boundaries. You need to think bigger, dream beyond your current reality, and aim for something that feels just out of reach, something that forces you to grow and stretch in ways you've never imagined. When you think bigger, you open up a world of possibilities. You stop limiting yourself to what you can see in front of you and start imagining a future that excites and inspires you. Big thinking is about breaking free from the constraints of your current situation. It's about asking yourself, what if I could have more? What if I could do more? What if the impossible was actually possible? This kind of thinking taps into your potential, your creativity, and your ability to innovate. It allows you to see opportunities where others see obstacles. People often underestimate the power of big thinking. The reality is, the bigger your vision, the bigger your results. It's simple. If you set small goals, your efforts will align with those goals and your results will be small. But if you set larger goals, your actions will expand to meet those goals. The pursuit of something bigger will require more effort, more risk, and more creativity. It will push you to develop new skills, form new habits, and expand your mindset. But thinking bigger doesn't just mean dreaming about grand achievements. It also means rethinking how you approach the challenges that come your way. Small thinking keeps you stuck when challenges arise, but big thinking helps you view problems as opportunities for growth. You stop seeing obstacles as barriers and start seeing them as stepping stones. The more you stretch your thinking, the more resilient you become in the face of setback. When you aim for something big, you begin to develop the mindset that failure is not the end, it's just part of the process of getting there. Thinking big also means not being afraid to step into the unknown. So many people play it safe because they are afraid of what might happen if they go after something bigger. They're afraid of the risk, the uncertainty, the potential for failure. But the reality is that without risk, there is no reward. Thinking big forces you to step outside of your comfort zone and embrace the uncertainty. It encourages you to take the leap, even when you're not sure what the outcome will be. And here's the secret. It's that very uncertainty that leads to growth. The key to thinking bigger is recognizing that you have the ability to create your own future. You are not limited by the past, by the present, or by the opinions of others. The future is yours to design. And if you want to create something extraordinary, you have to think beyond your current limitations and aim for something that excites you, something that stretches you, and something that challenges you. So ask yourself today, are you thinking big enough? Are you dreaming beyond what you can see right now? Are you allowing your limitations to dictate your potential? If you want to achieve greatness, you need to start thinking bigger. Stretch your vision. Push past your comfort zone. Open up your mind to what's possible and take bold steps toward making those big dreams a reality. When you think bigger, you begin to see that there's so much more out there for you than you ever imagined. And when you act on those big ideas, the world opens up to you in ways you never thought possible. Embracing failure as part of the process and moving forward is a mindset that separates those who achieve greatness from those who merely dream about it. Most people fear failure, and that fear holds them back from reaching their full potential. But let me tell you something important. Failure is not something to be afraid of. It is not the end. It's simply a stepping stone to success. Every successful person has faced setbacks, made mistakes, and encountered failure. What differentiates them from others is how they react to it. They don't let failure define them, they let it refine them. They use it as fuel to keep going, to push harder, and to grow stronger. The first step in embracing failure is understanding that it is inevitable. No one is immune to failure. If you are trying to do anything worthwhile in life, there will be moments when you stumble. The key is to recognize that failure is not a reflection of your ability or worth. It's simply part of the journey. It's how you learn, how you grow, and how you gain the experience you need to achieve success. So when you face failure, don't be discouraged. Instead, see it as an opportunity to learn something new, to adjust your strategy, and to come back stronger than before. The fear of failure often comes from the idea that we should always get everything right the first time. But the truth is, perfection doesn't exist. Mistakes are part of the human experience, and they are a necessary part of growth. The fear of failure often leads to hesitation, procrastination, and avoidance. People who are afraid of failing tend to play it safe, choosing not to act at all rather than risk falling short of their expectation. But this is where many people go wrong. Playing it safe will never lead to extraordinary results. It is only through taking risks, making mistakes, and learning from them that you truly grow. You will never know what you're capable of if you never push beyond your comfort zone and try new things. In fact, failure is often a sign that you are on the right path. When you step out of your comfort zone, you are bound to encounter challenges. But these challenges, these moments of failure, are the very things that will shape you into the person you need to become in order to succeed. Every time you fail, you gather new information, new insights, and new skills. You learn what works and what doesn't. You refine your approach and adjust your strategies. With each failure, you are getting one step closer to the success you are striving for. What's important is not how many times you fail, but how you respond to those failures. You have two options. You can let failure defeat you, or you can use it as motivation to move forward. People who achieve great things do not give up after one failure. They embrace it, learn from it, and keep going. They view setbacks as a temporary obstacle, not a permanent roadblock. When you can look at failure from this perspective, you will find that it no longer holds power over you. Instead of being afraid of failing, you will welcome it as an opportunity for growth. The key to turning failure into success lies in persistence. Success is not achieved by avoiding failure. It is achieved by continuing to take action despite failure. The most successful people are often the ones who have failed the most, but they never gave up. They kept trying, learning, and adapting until they found the path that led them to their goals. When you keep moving forward after a failure, you build resilience. You develop the ability to bounce back from setbacks, and this resilience is what ultimately leads to success. It's not about never failing, it's about failing forward, learning from each experience and getting better each time. Another important aspect of embracing failure is understanding that it's not permanent. Many people make the mistake of seeing a failure as the final word on their abilities or potential, but failure is not a permanent state. It's simply a moment in time. It's a part of the process, not the destination. It's how you respond to it that will determine your future. When you view failure as temporary and learn from it, you will be able to keep moving toward your goals without letting setbacks hold you back. Let's also consider the impact of failure on our mindset. When you face failure and choose to keep going, you build mental toughness. You strengthen your resolve and increase your belief in yourself. The more you experience failure and bounce back from it, the more confident you become in your ability to handle whatever comes your way. This mental toughness is one of the most important traits of successful people. They don't let failure stop them. They let it push them forward. Finally, failure teaches you to be flexible. It forces you to adapt, innovate, and find new solutions. If everything went perfectly all the time, you would never learn how to adjust or think creatively. Failure forces you to approach problems from different angles and to think outside the box. It encourages you to keep trying until you find the right answer. So rather than fearing failure, you should see it as a valuable learning experience, one that will push you to grow, innovate, and succeed. In the end, failure is not something to fear or avoid, it's something to embrace. It's a natural part of the journey towards success, and it's what makes success so rewarding. When you learn to fail forward, to take risks, and to keep moving despite setbacks, you will unlock your full potential and achieve things you once thought impossible. Acting quickly and decisively is one of the most powerful traits you can develop in the pursuit of success. Too often, people get caught up in overthinking, overanalyzing, and waiting for the perfect moment. But here's the truth. Perfection will never come, and hesitation will always lead to missed opportunities. Success belongs to those who act, those who make decisions and move forward with conviction, even when things aren't perfect. When you act quickly, you create momentum. Momentum is a powerful force that propels you forward. Once you take that first step, no matter how small, you begin to build the energy necessary to keep moving. The more decisions you make, the more action you take, the more momentum you generate. This momentum not only helps you overcome inertia, but also increases your confidence. With each small victory, your belief in your ability to move toward your goals grows. It's a cycle. The more you act, the more confidence you build. The more confidence you build, the more you act. Taking action also keeps you focused. Inaction leads to doubt. When you don't make decisions and take action, your mind starts to wander. You second guess yourself, you get distracted, and you lose sight of your goals. But when you take decisive action, you stay focused. You are less likely to be distracted by fear or uncertainty. The act of moving forward grounds you in the present moment and allows you to keep your eyes on the prize. It's in the act of doing, not in the planning or worrying, that success is made. The quicker you act, the more you learn, and the better you become at making decisions. One of the greatest obstacles to action is fear. Fear of making the wrong decision, fear of failure, or fear of not being ready. But the truth is, you will never be fully ready. Waiting for the perfect time is just another way of procrastinating. In reality, waiting often leads to missed opportunities. Every successful person you admire has learned that waiting only keeps them from moving forward. Instead of waiting for the perfect conditions, they make decisions and adjust as they go. It's not about having all the answers, it's about being willing to take action even when you don't have it all figured out. When you act quickly, you gain the ability to pivot. You can course correct along the way. It's much easier to adjust and refine your actions when you've already started moving. But if you sit still and wait for the right time, you're likely to stay stagnant. Momentum, once built, becomes a powerful force that helps you overcome setbacks, adjust your course, and continue moving toward your destination. If you don't take action, however, you risk losing valuable time and opportunities that can never be recaptured. Another benefit of acting quickly is that it helps you take advantage of opportunities before they pass you by. Opportunities often come in brief windows, and the quicker you act, the better your chances of seizing them. If you hesitate, if you wait too long, someone else might take that opportunity. And once it's gone, it might not come back in the same form. The key to success is recognizing when an opportunity is right in front of you and taking swift action to seize it. Don't let indecision rob you of the possibilities that are waiting for you. Quick decisions also reduce the chance of unnecessary stress. When you make decisions promptly, you avoid the buildup of anxiety and worry that comes from procrastination. The longer you delay, the more uncertainty creeps in. But when you make a decision and act, you clear the mental clutter. You know where you stand and you can move forward with confidence. That clarity allows you to focus on what's next, not what's behind you. One of the best ways to develop the habit of acting quickly is by setting deadlines for yourself. Don't allow yourself the luxury of endless contemplation. Set a timeline for making decisions and stick to it. The urgency of a deadline creates a sense of accountability and helps you focus on taking action instead of overthinking the situation. And here's something important. Not every decision has to be perfect. Sometimes making a decision quickly and adjusting as you go is far more effective than waiting for the perfect plan. In fact, action often reveals the best solutions that you couldn't see from the starting point. Taking swift action also helps you break the cycle of procrastination. Procrastination is often fueled by perfectionism and fear of failure. The longer you wait, the more doubts creep in, and the more reasons you find to delay. But if you commit to taking action, even if it's not perfect, you disrupt that cycle. You prove to yourself that moving forward is more important than waiting for the ideal moment. With each decision, you'll find that acting quickly becomes easier, and your fear of failure begins to diminish. One of the most crucial aspects of acting quickly is trusting your instincts. Your gut feeling is a powerful tool that can guide you when decisions need to be made fast. Don't overthink everything. Trust that you have the ability to make the right call. And even if you don't, you can learn and adjust as you go. Trusting yourself and acting on your intuition can lead to breakthroughs that you would have missed if you had waited too long for a perfect decision. Remember, action is what transforms dreams into reality. It's not enough to just think about what you want or plan for the future. You have to take decisive action to make it happen. The quicker you act, the more you'll accomplish and the more momentum you'll create. Don't let fear or doubt hold you back. Take swift, decisive action, and the world will begin to open up to you. Success is waiting, but it only comes to those who are willing to move quickly and boldly. When you begin to take control of your mind, you start taking control of your destiny. The mind is an incredibly powerful tool, and everything in your life, your experiences, your actions, and your results are shaped by what you think. Your thoughts, beliefs, and decisions form the foundation of your life. If you allow external influences, limiting beliefs, or negative thought patterns to dominate your mind, you will remain stuck in a cycle of mediocrity. But when you learn to take charge of your mind, you unlock the ability to create the life you truly desire. One of the most significant steps in taking control of your mind is understanding that it is a choice. You have the power to decide what you think and how you think about things. Life can throw challenges and obstacles your way, but the way you choose to perceive and respond to them will determine your outcome. Your thoughts are the lens through which you see the world. If you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. Taking control of your mind means realizing that you are the one responsible for the direction your life takes. You can choose to focus on opportunities, possibilities, and solutions, or you can allow your mind to dwell on problems, limitations, and fears. Taking control of your mind also means developing mental discipline. It's about having the ability to focus your attention on what matters most, to block out distractions, and to maintain clarity and vision despite what may be happening around you. Mental discipline allows you to avoid the distractions that keep you from reaching your goals and to stay committed to the course. This discipline is built through consistent practice and intention. It's like training a muscle. The more you practice mental discipline, the stronger it becomes. And just as physical discipline leads to a fit body, mental discipline leads to a focused and productive life. Another important aspect of taking control of your mind is understanding the power of your beliefs. Your beliefs are the driving force behind your actions. If you believe that you are capable of achieving something, you will take the necessary actions to make it happen. On the other hand, if you believe that something is impossible or that you are not good enough, your actions will reflect that belief and you will never make progress. Therefore, it's critical to develop empowering beliefs. Challenge the negative beliefs that limit you, replace them with ones that serve your goals, and reinforce them daily. The more you believe in your ability to succeed, the more your mind will work to bring that success into reality. One of the most profound ways to take control of your mind is through self-awareness. Self-awareness is the ability to observe your thoughts, recognize patterns, and understand how those thoughts influence your emotions and behavior. When you are self-aware, you can catch negative thoughts before they spiral out of control. You can recognize when you're getting stuck in limiting beliefs or when fear is holding you back. The key to self-awareness is mindfulness. Taking time each day to check in with your thoughts, feelings, and actions. By becoming more aware of your mental patterns, you can start to change them and replace them with more empowering ways of thinking. Taking control of your mind also requires emotional control. Your emotions are powerful and they can either propel you forward or hold you back. Emotional control doesn't mean suppressing or ignoring your feelings. It means acknowledging them and choosing how you respond to them. When you are in control of your emotions, you don't let anger, frustration, or fear dictate your actions. Instead, you choose to act with intention, staying focused on your goals, despite the emotional ups and downs. This emotional resilience is built over time through mindfulness, practice, and reflection. The more you practice controlling your emotions, the less power they have over you. Furthermore, taking control of your mind involves the ability to block out negativity. Negative thoughts, whether they come from within or from external sources, can drain your energy and derail your progress. If you're constantly surrounded by negativity, it becomes easy to fall into a mindset of defeat. Taking control of your mind means protecting yourself from negative influences. It means limiting your exposure to pessimistic people, discouraging media, and any source that doesn't align with your goals. Instead, focus on surrounding yourself with positive influences that motivate and inspire you. Read books that elevate your thinking. Watch content that helps you grow, and connect with people who support your vision. The more positive input you feed your mind, the more positive output you will produce. Control over your mind also gives you the ability to persist through adversity. Life will always have its challenges, and setbacks are inevitable. However, the difference between those who succeed and those who fail is the ability to persevere. When you take control of your mind, you develop the mental toughness needed to face adversity head on. You see challenges as opportunities to learn and grow rather than as obstacles to avoid. Every setback becomes a lesson that strengthens your resolve and drives you toward your goals. When you master your mind, you unlock a level of personal power that allows you to shape your destiny. Instead of reacting to life, you become the creator of your life. You start taking intentional actions, making decisions based on your long-term vision, and refusing to let anything stand in the way of your success. You realize that you are in control of your thoughts, emotions, and actions. And when you consistently exercise control over your mind, you create a life that reflects your dreams and aspirations. Taking control of your mind is not a one-time achievement. It's a continuous process. Every day is an opportunity to strengthen your mental discipline, shift your beliefs, and choose your responses. The more you practice taking control of your mind, the more it becomes second nature. And as you continue to control your mind, you begin to see that your life is a direct reflection of the thoughts, beliefs, and actions you choose to cultivate. You are the master of your own destiny, and the power to shape your future lies within the control of your mind. In conclusion, taking control of your mind is the key to unlocking your full potential and shaping the life you desire. Your thoughts, beliefs, and actions are all interconnected, and by mastering your mind, you gain the ability to direct your life toward success and fulfillment. It's about making intentional choices, developing mental discipline, cultivating positive beliefs, and remaining resilient in the face of adversity. When you take charge of your thoughts and emotions, you stop being a passive observer of life and start becoming the creator of your own destiny. The power to change your life lies within your ability to control your mind, and by doing so, you unlock limitless possibilities for your future.